How to save $300 on your next flight, my proven method. What if your next flight could cost $300 less? No confusing hacks, no endless scrolling. These are the exact strategies I personally use every single time I travel, and they work whether you fly once a year or every month. If you had an extra $300 on your trip, would you spend it on food, experiences, or an upgrade? Stick around, and if you love saving while traveling, hit subscribe so you never miss my insider tips. Tip 1. Be flexible with dates and times. Airlines raise prices when they know you're flying during high-demand windows. Think Friday nights, Sunday evenings, or holiday weekends. Shift your travel just 1 to 2 days earlier or later. Look at early morning or late-night flights. They're often significantly cheaper. Do you usually check multiple date options before booking, or just lock in your vacation days first? One time I was set on leaving for Lisbon on a Friday, but when I checked on Wednesday instead, the fare dropped from $780 to $490. That's $290 saved for doing nothing more than adjusting my calendar. The earlier arrival also gave me an extra day in the city, which meant more sightseeing, better food, and even an afternoon nap at a sunny cafe before the tourist rush began. Small shifts can turn into big savings. Tip 2. Use flight search engines smartly. Sites like Google Flights, Skyscanner, and Kayak can show you much more than a price. Use Explore mode to see the cheapest destinations for your dates. Turn on track prices so you get notified when they drop. Have you ever seen a ticket jump in price after searching for it a few times? That's why I always search in incognito mode or clear my cookies. Some sites really do seem to nudge prices up for repeat searches. Last summer, I tracked a Paris flight for 10 days and saw it swing between $620 and $540 before dropping to $498. That single click to book saved me $122 instantly, money I later spent on macarons, a river cruise, and a late-night jazz club. Tip 3. Book at the right time. There's no universal sweet spot, but trends help. Domestic flights, 1 to 3 months in advance. International flights, 3 to 6 months in advance. Are you someone who books way in advance or at the last minute? I've had incredible luck with deal newsletters like Going. Once I scored a Tokyo round trip for $480 when the regular price was $820. The email alert hit my inbox at midnight. I booked right away and saved $340. Even better, booking early gave me better seat options, so I avoided the dreaded middle seat and snagged a window view for sunrise over Mount Fuji. That view alone was worth the planning. Tip 4. Fly from nearby airports. Don't limit yourself to your closest airport. In the US, a different hub just 2 hours away can have fares hundreds cheaper. In Europe, smaller regional airports are home to budget airlines. Would you drive or take a train for a couple of hours if it meant saving $300? I once flew from Brussels instead of Paris. Train ticket, $30. Flight savings, $270. I even turned the train ride into part of the trip, stopping in a small Belgian town for lunch on the way. Sometimes the longer route ends up adding a whole new layer to your travel experience, and in this case, it gave me a charming detour I'd never planned. Tip 5. Use points and miles, even without a credit card. Many travelers think miles only come from credit card spending. Not true. Sign up for airline loyalty programs, they're free. Earn miles through shopping portals, surveys, and dining programs. Have you ever used points to reduce your flight cost, or do you usually pay full price? On one trip, I used 15,000 miles earned from online shopping portals, plus $320 cash to cover what was normally a $620 ticket. If you collect from multiple airlines, you might even get a one-way flight for free, perfect for spontaneous weekend trips or visiting friends without touching your main travel budget. Tip 6. Split your trip into segments. A direct ticket isn't always the cheapest route. Try booking 2 separate legs. For example, Paris to Kuala Lumpur, then Kuala Lumpur to Bangkok. Budget carriers often make the second leg far cheaper. Would you take a longer layover if it meant pocketing $300 or more? I once had a 10-hour layover in Singapore on my way to Bali. The savings paid for my entire hotel stay on the island. Plus, I got to try Singapore's chili crab, explore gardens by the bay, and still make my connecting flight on time. Tip 7. Check currency and country settings. Prices sometimes vary by browsing location. Use a VPN to appear in a different country. Compare paying in the airline's home currency versus your own. Would you try paying in another currency if it could save you hundreds? Flying Seoul to Los Angeles, the fare was $280 less when paid in Korean won. I used a card with no foreign transaction fees and pocketed the difference. That small tweak alone bought me a night at a beach resort in Malibu and covered breakfast the next morning. Tip 8. Sign up for airline newsletters and loyalty deals. Subscriber-only deals are real and sometimes exclusive. Get early access to flash sales. Catch mistake fares before they're corrected. Do you think more email subscriptions are worth it for big savings? A friend grabbed a New York to Milan round trip for $320 from a newsletter alert. It vanished within 4 hours. These deals don't wait. Having a dedicated travel deals email folder makes scanning them quick, organized, and stress-free. Tip 9. Use cashback and promo codes. Stack savings by combining cashback portals like Rakuten, discount codes found online. Have you ever earned cashback on a flight ticket? Booking through a cashback site once gave me $50 back, plus card rewards worth another $20. That's essentially $70 saved on top of the discounted fare, enough for an airport lounge pass and a pre-flight meal to start the trip right. Tip 10. Travel light to avoid fees. Low-cost airlines love to charge for extras, luggage being the biggest. Carry on only if possible. Weigh your bag before the airport to dodge surprise charges. Would you pack lighter if it instantly saved you $50 to $100 per trip? On a recent European trip, skipping a checked bag saved me €80 round trip. It also saved me from lost luggage stress, and I breezed through arrivals while others were still waiting by the carousel. Minimal packing often means maximum freedom. Bonus tip: combine hacks for maximum savings. The biggest wins come from layering strategies. For my Japan trip last year, I chose midweek flights from a cheaper nearby airport, used miles for part of the fare, paid in yen, booked during a sale. If you saved $300, would you use it for luxury meals, activities, or upgrading your stay? Result? A $1,050 flight turned into $720. That extra $330 funded sushi dinners, a day trip to Nikko, and even a hot spring visit. Saving money while upgrading experiences is the best kind of travel math, and once you do it, it becomes addictive. There you have it, 10 proven ways to save $300 on flights, plus a bonus that can multiply your savings. Which one will you try first? Tell me in the comments. And if you want more real-world travel hacks that actually work, subscribe now. Your next trip could cost way less than you think.